When you are everywhere, you are nowhere. When you are rare, you are legendary. Let me give you a simple daily life example. Imagine two shops. One gives away free clothes every day, no limits, no restrictions. The other shop opens once a year for 1 week only, with exclusive designs nobody else has. Which one do you think people line up for? Which one creates madness, obsession, headlines? Scarcity creates a fever. It creates a hunger. It creates a fire that ordinary availability could never ignite. I once knew a girl who would never respond instantly to text, no matter how much she liked the guy. Not because she was playing games, but because she respected her time. She was busy living. She was busy building herself. She was busy creating a life that didn't orbit around anyone else. And you know what happened? The man who could have had anyone was the one chasing her. Texting again when she didn't respond, making plans 3 days ahead because she was too busy to meet today, wanting her more every day because she wasn't easy to catch. Because when you are scarce, you become a prize. It's the same with your energy. If you're always ready to fix everyone's problems, always ready to be their emotional cushion, always ready to be at their service, they stop appreciating you, they expect you, they use you. But when you protect your energy like gold, when you say no without guilt, when you make them earn your time, earn your loyalty, earn your kindness, suddenly your presence becomes a privilege, not a given. You teach people how to treat you by how accessible you are. You see it even in friendships. The friend who's always available, people cancel on them. The friend who's always busy building an empire, people move mountains to be in their schedule. Why? Because scarcity creates respect, and respect creates value. I want you to understand this deep in your soul. You are not born to be a free sample on a shelf. You are born to be the rarest, finest, most breathtaking work of art in a gallery where people come from miles just to catch a glimpse. And the ones who can't see your value, they don't deserve access, they don't deserve proximity, they don't deserve your light. Scarcity doesn't mean arrogance. It doesn't mean playing cold games. It means self-respect. It means having a full life where your happiness doesn't depend on who's texting you, who's missing you, who's begging for you. It means you're too busy shining to be constantly explaining your worth. Every time you make yourself scarce, you give others the chance to realize your true value. Every time you step back, you give them space to miss you, to yearn for you, to understand what it feels like without you. And trust me, absence teaches lessons that presence never could. You don't have to scream for attention. You don't have to chase validation. You don't have to prove anything. You simply have to know that your worth multiplies when you don't discount yourself for the convenience of others. Think about it. Why are the most iconic moments in life always rare? Graduations, weddings, celebrations. They don't happen every day. That's why we treasure them. That's why we remember them. Be that kind of moment. Be that kind of energy. Something unforgettable, irreplaceable, once in a lifetime. There's something about mystery that drives the world crazy. When you're an open book, people think they know you. They stop looking deeper. They stop valuing you. But when you hold pieces of yourself back, when you keep certain parts sacred, suddenly you become unforgettable. Mystery is magnetic. It's not about playing games. It's about protecting your soul like a queen guards her crown. It's about understanding that not every part of you is meant for public consumption. The world is hungry for attention, desperate for validation, addicted to oversharing. People put every wound, every victory, every emotion out there like it's up for auction. But you choose something different. You choose to move quietly. You choose to glow without telling the world where your light comes from. And that is why people are drawn to you. I once knew a woman who never posted about her heartbreaks, never announced her victories, never explained herself when others whispered behind her back. She simply showed up, better, stronger, more radiant every single time. People couldn't figure her out. How is she still standing? How is she still winning? What is her secret? And that right there is the magic. When people can't read your next move, they can't control your narrative. When people don't know your battles, they can't weaponize your scars. Mystery forces people to respect you. It forces them to realize that there are places in your soul they will never touch unless they earn it. And not everyone deserves a key to your kingdom. Think about it. In a movie, when a character reveals everything in the first 5 minutes, you lose interest. But the characters who reveal layer after layer, the ones you have to work to understand, those are the ones you never forget. You are that character. You are the woman they can't categorize. You are the woman they can't predict. You are the woman they thought they figured out, only to realize they barely scratched the surface. Mystery is confidence wrapped in elegance. It's power laced with grace. It's the silent message that says, I know my worth, and you will have to earn the right to know my heart. In friendships, mystery weeds out the fake. The ones who stick around just for gossip, they get bored. The ones who truly value you, they stay. Because real bonds are built in quiet moments, not loud displays. In love, mystery ignites the deepest hunger. Men chase what they can't immediately possess. Men crave what feels rare, sacred, untouchable. When you hand over your entire world too quickly, it loses its magic. But when you reveal yourself like poetry, one breathtaking line at a time, you leave them yearning for more. You want him to value you? Stop being available at every beep of his phone. Stop narrating every thought that crosses your mind. Stop giving access to the deepest parts of you before he's even earned your trust. There's power in unanswered texts. There's power in not showing up to every invitation. There's power in living a life so full, so rich, that your absence feels heavier than your presence. A girl I know once told me, I stopped explaining myself. I stopped telling him every detail of my day. I stopped making myself small just to stay on his radar. And guess what? He started chasing her with a fire he never showed before. Because mystery isn't about manipulation, it's about magnetism. You are the ocean. Deep, mysterious, untamable. The more he dives in, the more layers he finds, and the more he realizes he will never fully conquer your soul. And that truth will make him respect you more than he ever respected anyone. Even at work, mystery is a game changer. The woman who doesn't brag about her projects, but lets her results speak louder than her promises, she is the one who earns quiet envy and loud admiration. The woman who doesn't gossip, but listens more than she speaks, she is the one people watch carefully, wondering what depths lie behind that calm smile. Mystery isn't coldness. Mystery isn't arrogance. Mystery is the sacred understanding that your story is precious. and not everyone deserves a front row seat. You are not here to be easily understood. You are not here to be an open diary for anyone's casual reading. You are here to be a force they can admire, but never fully possess. A spirit they can witness, but never fully possess. A spirit, let them wonder, let them lean in closer, let them sit in the beautiful, wild frustration of not knowing every detail about you. Because the moment they realize you are a woman with layers they can't touch without permission, you become unforgettable. You become addictive. You become magnetic. There's a moment in every powerful woman's life where she faces a choice: to chase or to create. To beg for attention, for love, for validation. Let them lean in, closer. Let them lean in, closer. Let them consume, closer. Let them lean in, closer. You can harm yourself. You can be ill, you can be diseased. You can be tortured by fear or despair, or to build herself into a force so undeniable, so unshakable, that the world has to stop and take notice. When you beg, you shrink. You send the message that someone else holds the keys to your worth. But when you build brick by brick, even when no one is clapping, even when no one is watching, you become the storm no one saw coming. I have seen women lose their sparkle because they were too busy asking, why doesn't he love me back? Why am I not enough? Why don't they choose me? But queens don't beg to be chosen. Queens choose themselves over and over again, in silence, in brokenness, in triumph. Focus on building your empire, not begging for a seat at a table someone else owns. Because when you build your mind, your body, your spirit, your dreams, you realize you are the table. You are the invitation. You are the prize. I once knew a girl who spent nights crying over texts that never came. Is refreshing her notifications, waiting for a sorry, a miss you, a comeback. But one day, she got tired. Tired of sitting by a phone instead of sitting on the throne meant for her. She took all that energy, all that heartbreak, all that sadness, and poured it into herself. She learned new skills. She traveled alone. She started her business. She worked on her body, mind, soul. And guess what? The same people who ghosted her, the same ones who thought she'd stay broken, came crawling back. But by then she was too busy building a life that didn't require their validation. She didn't need them anymore. She had built herself into a woman no one could overlook. This world doesn't reward the loudest cries. It rewards the builders. The ones who rise in silence and stun everyone with their existence. You're not meant to sit there refreshing your phone, hoping for scraps of attention. You're meant to invest every ounce of that energy into becoming someone so magnetic that the very things you once chased now chase you. When you focus on building, your energy changes. You no longer walk into a room wondering if you're good enough. You walk into a room knowing you are the storm, the sun, the whole damn universe. Imagine a garden. If you keep staring at one dead plant, watering it, pleading with it to come back to life, you'll miss the 1,000 seeds waiting to bloom. Some seasons are meant for letting go. Some doors are meant to close. Some people are meant to leave. Because your energy is sacred. It's not meant to be wasted, begging for crumbs. It's meant to be spent creating feasts. I remember a friend telling me how she finally stopped trying to prove her worth to a man who couldn't see it. She took all that desperate energy and started focusing on her dream to write a book. Today, she's a best-selling author. And that man? He's still scrolling, still searching, still looking for the woman he let slip away. You don't have to scream for what's meant for you. You don't have to beg for what you deserve. You don't have to chase people who don't recognize your value. You are not an abandoned house waiting for someone to move in. You are a castle, darling. And castles don't chase wanderers. They wait until the right king or queen arrives. And even if they don't, you still remain magnificent, standing tall against the sky, lighting up the earth with your very existence. When you build yourself, you realize that not everyone deserves access. You stop explaining why you're busy. You stop apologizing for your standards. You stop making yourself small just to fit into spaces that were never built for your greatness. You are not here to beg for love, for friendship, for opportunities. You are here to attract it by being so rooted in your own power that everything meant for you finds its way to your doorstep. Because it can feel your frequency from a mile away. Think about the people who inspire you most. The icons, the legends, the ones whose names we whisper with reverence. Did they beg to be seen? No, they built. They built when no one believed in them. They built when the doors slammed in their faces. They built when it felt like the whole world was laughing. And then, the world had no choice but to stand up and notice. When you're in your building era, people will misunderstand you. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you're too focused, too cold, too distant. Let them talk. Because while they gossip, you're growing. While they waste time, you're winning. While they beg for scraps, you're building an empire. And one day, the day will come when you look back and realize you never needed their approval. You just needed to believe in your own fire. You just needed to trust that your energy is too precious to be begging for anything less than extraordinary.